Hello everyone and welcome to the live. And in today's video we're going to do some work on the stealth system of our game. Well, mostly I did some research today and find out that stealth in first person is basically non-existent in some way, because by stealth we think like we can cover in tall grasses, or maybe we can cover behind a object, but we don't visually be able to see anything if we do that, right? Like, let's imagine that you are hiding behind a wall. Well, in third person you can actually see what is behind the wall and have the monster or the enemy left the area so that we can move forward. But in case of FPS you cannot really do that. You cannot really see behind something that you're already hiding when you're hiding. So to actually introduce stealth mechanisms in the first person games, there are a few ways. Firstly, we can just stand behind a wall like normally, and we can lean to see what's behind the wall. Now, leaning, I have already introduced leaning in the game, but there are a few more things, like only the leaning cannot be everything, basically. So I'm going over, like, I have 3 ideas that I want to introduce at least, and we will see if they work or if they won't work. It's completely feeling based. So firstly, we're going to work on the what do you call that? Wait a minute, let me. For some reason, the whiteboard is not opening up today. Let me just open up whiteboard and I will actually tell you everything. But basically, the idea that I have is, firstly, the door which we open up, we maybe have options to actually open the door like just a little bit and peek into the corridor, right? So that we can see that we have like some kind of a visual cue of what is actually happening behind the scene, right? And there can be some other way, like we can hide under the bed, or we can hide inside a closet. But we also need like visual cue that there should be like a window in the closet so that we can see outside. And when we are under the bed, we should be able to see the floor, and like if the monster walks in, we should be able to see his feet and stuff like that. So for those purposes, we have to like go into here and solve these things. And again, whiteboard is not opening up. And I think let's just start working, and we can worry about that later. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, let's move on to the actor palette, because it's a plain ground and we can see our character. Okay, so firstly, I actually want to test, will be the actor be able to see us behind like a grid, basically or maybe um, like somewhat of a see-through wall. I think I do have uh, something like that. Du- du- du. We need something like some kind of a wall, like something like this, right? And we maybe scale it. So what exactly I want to test is, will be the AI able to see us if we are behind this object and not like a uh, completely opaque object? And the reason behind it is that if we are going to open up like holes so that we will be able to see through the uh, cupboard, then the AI can also see us basically, and it can create few differences, and we might have to create some other systems to actually know if it's going to work or not. All right, so let's drop down. Why are you walking toward me? Let's just drop down over here. Okay, still did that. What about if you have a cube over here? Okay, so as you can see, he is not moving when I'm behind this cube, but he is moving. Maybe I'm like giving too much visibility. Let's do something like that. Okay, let's drop down over here. Visual. So as you can see, this is the green line and this is the visibility, and if I would be visible, there would be a like green sphere around us. So let's see. Yeah. So visibility wise, the AI will be able to see us if we are behind something like this. Now, how about there is a glass instead? So instead of the see-through visibility, there is like glass or a material. So let's do that. And I think the glass should be, there is no glass over here. I mean, we can have this, and it can basically use the glass material. Okay, forget about the FPS. So right now, okay, so we can do something like this, where the AI, where we can visually see the AI, and the AI won't be able to see us. But there is one little thing why I don't like glass material, and it is. Wait a minute. Yeah, this thing. So as you can see, it's the shader complexity of glass is just out of this world. And sometimes if there is like two glass being rendered at the same time, the it's just extremely bad. It's just pure white. Okay, so we might also need to fear this now. So how about we go with some other material? Mhm. How about this? You can see us, right? And we do have visibility. And how about dirt or stuff like uh let me also see shaders. Okay, this is complex as well. um Dirt. Da, da, da. Right, so this is a dialect, and I don't think the dialects work with the 3D meshes. But okay, I'm sorry about that. But will this be able to block the visibility? Yes, it will. Nice. So basically, we can add a static object and have it block the visibility. And what about the shader complexity of this? Okay, it's complex as well. But how about this is just world grid material, but the visible owner. I just say owner no see. Okay, so our player cannot see it, but the AI can still see it. So that just make it like a blocked volume, right? No, that didn't work. Visibility. Okay. I mean, it's there, it's just not visible, and the shader complexity is almost none because it doesn't really exist. We found the solution. We just have to set the visibility of our window or whatever we have to just none, and that would work. Also, I have never seen, but the AI is pretty complex. Like, look at me, and then look at him. So, you also have to fix that. For now, we found the solution for the cupboard or cabinet. Now, let's find the solution. Now, let's see the door prop, right? So, we have this door, and normally you can open it up. It's locked, so got open. So normally you just click E and it will open up, right? And as you can see, this collider right behind the door is the one that determines which way the door should open up, right? But what if we want to like see what is inside the corridor, right? So how can we do that? I mean, there is one way. You basically have to, oh my god. we can do this and see what's there, because this is a thing. Right? I mean, it's fine for a prototype. What is wrong with my shadow? So, what do we do? 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 Da-da-da-da. I think we should firstly work on the cabinet and then we can work on the door. I think for now, for the first um, prototype, I will just leave the door as it is, and then I can work on the cabinet and going under the bed basically. Right. So what we want is the cabinet, and I think I have free furniture pack which contains cabinet like this one, this one. Oh, that's just a door. Um, those are just doors. So we have a cabinet, something like this, right? And isn't really ideal, idle, e- uh, convenient for us to um, work with this. Basically, like we have firstly the oh my god, go away. Firstly, the player is too big for the cabinet itself, and I think the player collision is just, yeah, it's just cuboid. Right then. I don't know. While building the world and putting up the props, I thought of a thing. Like, how about this happening? Okay, so so I do want to make a game where I am like super small and we have to do some kind of parkour to get to some other direction. And I think we already have a game like this. I just cannot remember it. I have played it. I just cannot remember this. I think it was in Roblox, I guess. Well, whatever. I actually want to make a game based on that concept. Well, that's for the future, or maybe for the next week. For now, I have to work on this. All right, let's just go. So this cabinet and cupboard is not going to work. So let's see some other ones. Let me just search cabinet. Okay, so we have the medical cabinet, which we won't be able to fit in. Then we have cupboard. Oh, there is this one as well. Huh. So there is this one, and then there is this one, right? And then sliding door. and this is the well, we found where we want to hide. This is the perfect place. But as you know, this is um, this door is not openable. Like we cannot open this door. Um, what else do we have? How about we just what? I mean, how about we just make it, right? We just make a door, a cupboard door, and we can make it with this one as well. Like we just have to shrink it, and boom. Just open. Hello. Okay. So like we can open up the door, and we just have to make it like for the cupboard door there is only one way that the door can open up, and we just basically hide behind it, and there is no like push part as well, right? I mean, that's that's the thing. We just have to make a door. After behind the door is just like a space, closed space. Okay. All right, let's do that. And we're going to test out if the player will be able to get to us. Also, we do have a path, right? So we have this path, and this actor will follow this path, right? And oh yeah, by the way, I did do some improvement on the AI, but I will show it to you guys later. Okay, so over here, what we are doing on the fail. So when we are failing, we're basically delaying it and trying to move to the AI again. But instead of this, what we're going to do is upon failure, like for some reason we are not able to go there, then for now, we're just going to make it so that basically the AI will try to follow the path again, right? And to make sure that it does that, we have to create another action. Okay, so this, yeah, we can do the start following path. Upon failure, start following path, and that will be the success. Okay, and what we are basically going to do in the character itself is we're going to get the start following, no, not over here. Yeah, we're going to get this, get AI controller, Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Well, the AI controller, a control actor is self, and basically we can do get um, you know what, I know one thing. We can basically go over here and add the class settings. Yeah, actions, start following path. And basically what we want to do is we want to set the state over here, right? And the set state is going to be passive, which is for now is basically that means that we are following the path. Okay, and yeah, over here we need to change this from the controlled path pawn to owner controller. So now if we go over here and actually right, let me try it again. So over there we have the path which AI is trying to follow, and this is the limits of how much he can hear or see. And let me try to make a sound. Yeah, I haven't done that. So now the AI sees us and will follow us till we get to the like somewhere over here, I guess, is the end of nav mesh. Yeah, so after the AI is unable to get to us, it will just go back and try to follow its own path, or we can do something else instead as well. So yeah, now let's go to project files, world actors, and instead of door we're going to duplicate this and make this cupboard. Okay, and the cupboard itself, I mean the door frame, is going to be scaled down to somewhere like 0.8, and that kind of make the cupboard output. Now one thing that in this cupboard, this material, we cannot really make it go away, so it have to be something. So for that reason, we're going to make this class. Okay. And there are a few things that we need to stop. So inside the event graph, I mean, this works. This kind of work because in the cabinet sometimes there can be products that we need to pick up, and so yeah, this works. We don't have to worry about the interactability. We just need to, yeah, we need to change this. So on component begin overlap or and overlap, we change the position, right? We basically change where the character is positioned. And depending on this position, we over here changes which way the door will basically open up. But we only want the door to open up in a single direction, which I guess is negative 100. So let's close everything, just make it negative 100 and delete this collider. Also, we're not going to use this box right here as well, because this box basically checks in, like this tells the door to how much of the swing power should be in it. Okay, so this collider, we don't need it because we are not going to change the dumping ratio basically, right? Right. um so the normal dumping, yeah, normal angular dumping is going to be 20 by default, and in the physics constraint, I think I'm just going to say don't swing. Yeah, we don't even need physics constraint. Just move the door basically. Oh yeah, we do need it for this one. But don't swing, I guess. Right, let's put it over here. So as you can see, we are unable to basically, oh, adjust so so a shadow, and I thought something something is flying behind me. uh, so as you can see, we are, and wait a minute, this can also be unlocked, yeah. Okay, so we are able to open it up. Not a good thing. uh so we need to stop the swing, right? And basically we are doing this opening up and closing by the impulse. Basically we are doing this using an impulse. um yeah, I and this bugs me. uh Maybe we can do something like if the door is opened up, right? So these are the things, if it's opened or if it's closed. So while it's opened up, we will keep the physics up, and while is it unopened, we will basically disable the physics, right? After the impulse. How about that? Hmm. But if we want to do that, we have to. This is this is mind-boggling. I mean, we can just not do it by physics. We can basically do this using a timeline or something like that. It's just not that beautiful, I guess. Yeah, let's just do this with timeline and stuff. Okay. Oh wait, we just need to change this stuff. Yeah. All of this is basically how we are able to lock or unlock the door. This is not based on the actual opening and closing the door. This is basically unlocking or locking the door. Right, so for that, now we're going to go over here, and if it is open, right, if it's true, if it's open, that means we want to close it, and if it's false, that means it's closed, then we want to open it. So how are we going to do that? Let's make timeline. Okay, and inside the timeline we're going to have a floater, z axis. Okay, and we are going from 0 at 0 to, how about a minute, like not a minute, but how about a second, right? A second, I think, is a perfect amount of time for us to like open or close a door. So it's going from 0 to 100, negative 100 by the way, in 1 second, and that's our timeline. Let me just make it a little bit nicer, so we have a flow instead of, this is closed, right, and this is open, so it have to be something like this. This is the curve. uh, you know how this is going to flow? This is going to go like a little bit outside and then inside. Yeah, what we want to do is we want as much, like, let's add one more over here. So we want to slowly do them at the ends, right? So something like this. Compile, event graph. All right, and what we can do is we can basically do this. So what is going to happen when we are in true? It's going to play, right? It's going to start playing, and it will go from 0 to negative 100. And when we tell it to close, then it will go from 100 to 0 basically. And even if it is in mid of it and we somehow interacted with it, it will start going back, like it will start reversing, and it will not snap to 100 or a 0. Pretty nice. I just need to set this value to be 100. Okay. Now there is one little thing, and that is that being opened up, like if it's opened up, then we actually want him to go from -100 to 0 and not vice versa. So there can be that we can do this, or we use not boolean node and keep it like this. Okay, and now on the update we just need to change set relative rotation set and update. Okay, and upon finish we're going to do this. So we're going to get, were we moving forward or were we moving backward? And if we were moving forward, which means from play, like from the 0 to 1, which is opening up the door, then we want to set the open to true. And if we are moving backward, that means we close the door, that means it's false. Right, let's check it out. So even now with the auto open, as you can see, it opens up. Oh my god, stop it. What did I delete? Okay, so it opens up, but it's not basic. Oh, it still is. Why? So timeline is working, but I haven't deleted the physics constraint, and this will not simulate physics. Even on the begin play, no simulation of physics. Now we won't be able to push it, but we will be able to open and close it. Nice. Now what I want to do is, let's create like a small little cabinet. Can we get inside it? Okay, nice. And is the nav mesh inside it? Nav mesh need to rebuild. Windows, build, window level. I'm kind of, I think, overloading my GPU. No, the GPU is fine. I'm just overloading the uh, safe values of OBS. Nav mesh need to rebuild. recast nav mesh. Where is rebuild? I have a much better idea. Let's just delete that one and add another one. um, 50. Okay, so this was the invisible wall that we had, and as you can see, the AI will not be able to enter here, so that he so then he will fail, and if he fails, that means he will go back to follow his path. For now, let's spawn the AI. Oh my god, I spawned myself. Yeah. And we will see what happens. So as you can see, there is wall behind us, so he cannot see us. But as, oh yeah, he also don't have a path. So he goes there. He sees us. Let me also visualize everything. Again, he went off. But wait a minute. Oh, this is site. It has H. So even if, as you can see, this black line, that means that we are connected to this site, but we are not visible anymore. And it is a good sign, because we can actually send the AI to check the cabinet if he sees us enter a cabinet. That's just awesome. We can just do this. Wow. But there is one thing. Even if the door open, this will basically fail because there is no nav mesh. So even if the AI can see us, it cannot reach us. Whoa. Look at my legs. But as you can see, the FPS are like below 60, and that's happening inside the like pretty easy level. Yeah, not good. So as you can see in the scene, this as soon as you see something like diffused, indirect, and AO, there are two things. First, there is a shiny material, or there is glass. Okay, and that's the reason why we are getting such low FPS. And this is basically for the duration of 13 millisecond, and over here we are getting around 18 or 19. So the profiler is not all the time correct. All right. Okay. So we have the cupboard. Now let's do how we can hide under the bed. Okay, and instead of like hiding under a bed, I guess we should be able to hide under anything, right? So let's make this come over here, 90-degree. Is it good? I mean, kinda. It should be this much bigger. There's my height. Yeah. Right. Do we have motion matching enabled? Yep. And what about motion warping? Yep. Okay. What we need to check is firstly this thing that we can hide under should have a tag. Okay, and the tag should be can hide under. Okay, without this tag you will not be able to hide, so you also have to like mention this somewhere in the actor palette. Okay, let's go back to sandbox character and why are you outside? Okay, so yeah, this is leaning. So we need to see if we like, yeah. Should we just do like interactable? We just make a blueprint where you can hide by interacting with it basically. And if the uh, like if we interact with this, it will send out a signal giving out information about where we can hide, what should be our orientation, and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just don't want to do the detection stuff. Wall actors, pickable lights, collider cupboard door. Let's just make a new folder called let's add cupboard to that. Yeah, forget about it. Actor hideable, hideable, or for now let's just go with hideable. Right. So firstly we need a cube. We're going to make the scale to be x scale to be 2, y scale to be 1, and z scale to be 0.1. Then we're going to move it on z axis by 10, maybe 50. The actor is around like 80 units, so 50 is, I guess, like perfect amount for us to be able to hide under. Now we're going to add interactable right over here. Okay, and let's also add a arrow so that we know which way do we need to face? Okay, so the interactable is over here. Maybe put it over here somewhere. And the display text should show hide 100 simple key, press, screen, and simple interaction widget. And on interact, we're basically going to send a signal for interactions, and we can have types of interactions. First should be none, and we're gonna upgrade it as soon as as we go forward. For now, we're just going to include hide input. All right. Now we basically need to go over here and search for, oh yeah, also need to name it. Oh yeah, interaction. Interactions. Target is going to be get player pawn. Interaction type is hide. And we're going to also like hide yeah, when we interact with this, we basically hide, and when we can press escape, right? We can press escape to get out, I guess. Uh, yeah, let's do with like we press a key to escape, like get out of the hiding, basically. Okay, for now let's just do some debugging and switch hide print string hello, and let's put it over here. So you come over here and click hide, it will say hello, but in other case we actually have to kind of like motion match and go to this, go under it. Okay. I'm thinking of one thing. What if it's not realistic at all, but what if we just stand here, we click on hide, and the body of ourselves just disappears, and then the camera will like hover and go inside the bed, and then after we say unhide, it will just come back, and the body will reappear again, and we basically uh, it's kind of like um, why do I have so many less words? uh, I don't even know what to say anymore. So yeah, I will do that. Okay, so there are a few things that we can do. First thing is we can go to maximal and actually get our stuff. But yeah, we need to log in. I will do that later. So basically what we need is a like animation where we would be able to like lay down, like go yeah, basically lay down, and we would be able to like go inside here. Or this should not be interactable, right? We just I mean, if we can lay down physically, then we can make a complete locomotion around it, and we can basically uh the ideas are rushing into. Okay, for now um for now what I actually want to do is um I want my player to be invisible. Okay, and by that what I mean is I want my player. Okay, so if we go over to self inside the collision, what I want is my player to, well, it already ignores visibility. Okay, then how the player actually sees anything? I'm tired. Okay, give me a second. I will just log into Maximo so that we can move forward and I'm not thinking everything ahead. Alright. But okay, let me show you my screen. Now, as you can see over here, we have the animations. I was searching for like stealth animation so that we can have basically our character self. But at this point of time, I thought like, wait a minute, this will not look good as first person game. And I was like, yeah, the every first person game I have ever seen, they doesn't really have that stealth mechanic. We just hide by hiding behind objects and uh, know that there is enemy by just spatial experience and awareness. So what we need is to, what is the name for this? Let's go with locomotion first. So there should be some kind of locomotion. Why are there so many poses for this? What is for height? Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to do something. Uh, uh, oh, okay. I completely forgot what is the name for this, so I have to search it. Okay, we got it. Right then. So we have stop, but they are mostly with the gun, right? We don't need the one with the gun. What is happening over here? um, I mean, we can edit it a little bit. Or do we make our own animation today? It's going to take a lot of time. And I don't think I have the tools yet. Wait a minute, I do have some tools. We don't really need the back body, right? We don't need the legs to move. We just need like hand visuals. Yeah. Let's take benefit of that. We're going to go with ideal, and we're going to go with simple idle loop, this one. And thanks to repeat, I guess. I don't know. I may butcher the name, but as you can see over here, CRC, UEFN, many tech to ta tools. Right? So thanks to repeat, I am still going to let me search. Um, yeah, this guy. He made this amazing tool from which you can create animations inside Unreal Engine. So I'm going to use his tool to make my animation right now. Da, 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 da. Mhm. All right, let's go. Now we do need to go over here in plugins, and we do need to where is it? T. Yeah, this, no, plugin contents. Yeah, picker, this one. Oh my god, run editor utility. Put it over here. Okay, so this is a way. What? Why is it not happening? Hmm. Okay. So now I guess we can, yeah. So now we can select these nodes and we can basically have our whole animation made pretty nicely. But can we just select everything? Okay. I just have to do this the manual way. Okay, once I have selected all of these nodes, I can delete them. And so now the player is basically inside one main pose. Now, what we want to do is bring him down. So there are actually two ways. We don't really want the root to move at all. Okay, so we're going to use the pelvis, I guess. Yeah, the body control. Okay, and let's move these two behind. Something like this. I mean, we really don't want him to move that much. And we will not be able to see our back. So this is kind of nice. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Uh, uh, okay, let's select the hand IK. Okay, not this one. Not this one. Where is this one? Oh my god. Oh, what are you doing here? So, what exactly we want? Hmm. It's like our player is somewhat like this, and we want the hands to go like over here, then we move forward, then the other again, the other hand go over, and then we move like soldiers when they're traveling through the mud, right? So to do that, we have to do something like this, where this lobe or whatever is going to stay around here. Okay, and we can basically move it, yeah, something like this. So the hand go over like this and move back, like this motion I want, right? And similarly with the other one. Okay, all right then. So how about this? I think my head is too outside, I guess. We can do this. Okay, this is good, right? Now, there is one thing that is going to actually bother me, and that is that for now, for now, the camera, the spring arm of the camera, is actually attached to the root, right? It is attached to this thing over here. So we are going to need some kind of a way for us to get to this position where the head is, and we will not be able to move the head over the body that much. Yeah, let me also make it a bit nicer so the AI doesn't feel like he's not the only monster there. um oh yeah, this is nice. All right then. So what we basically need to do is imagine that we are inside his head, and what I want to happen is this hand goes there, move back, goes ahead, move back, right? And it will look nice. It will look nice. It will look. Okay, now how do we set a key? I don't know. Um, Is it I? No. We need to search how to keyframe animation in Unreal Engine. So to create a level, no. How to keyframe. Oh my god. How to key a frame in Unreal Engine. And so, oh, it's just enter. So once we have selected all of them, um, so we need to select everything here. How do we do that? Pose, copy, mirror, paste, pose, paste, mirror, align first. Keyhole red. Yeah, that's nice. So now we have this pose. Okay, this is our first pose of the animation. I don't really want it to be the first pose, and it messed up. Okay, so right now we don't have anything, and on 000 pose I actually want is going to be something like this. Okay, so this is our ideal pose, ideal pose of this animation. Okay, and I will make the other ones later on, but for now we're just going to go with this. Okay. Keyhole rig, and just tell me that it works. Okay, now we're going to save it. And no, we don't have. Oh no, oh shit, no. Yeah, oh my god, no. This is bad. This is really bad. So instead of to save, what we have to do is basically come over here to the animation, or this, yeah. Let me just make yeah, bake animation sequence, and we need to bake it inside the animation, new folder, and we're going to call this SKUEFN Okay, now we're going to close this, and we also need to like get back our idle animation. So I just hope that I have a Unreal Engine project for um yeah, character, UEFN, animation. Got it. ABS. It's going to take some time. So we can press enter with the desired property, and we can use add key button. You can also add keyframe by clicking small diamond icon next to the property or its track. Oh, oh, I see, I see. It's going to take a lot of time. Is there something else that we can do in the meantime? Uh, fail to load map. Okay, so it's not going to. Oh, okay, it did, it did. At least it did. So what we really basically want is for us to go inside character, use mannequin, animations, ideal. What? There's nothing here? Well, that was particle effect. Okay, so we we don't really have a. Oh my god. Let's see if I have any other or project. Don't look into it, guys. Uh, it's a future project. I can show it. But yeah, with I'm just going to take the idle and then I will be right back. And it was just a small mistake. Someone should have just stopped the save button basically, or at least copy the animation, man. Okay, I'm also going to like get some water because my bottle is empty, so be right back. And yeah, on the break. So now we can just like come over here and basically re-import this. Okay, so right click, um, all right, so what we need is blueprint, animation blueprint. Open it up, and hello. Okay, I think I need to change my mic. It always happens whenever I put some kind of stress on it. It's super annoying. Well, what I actually wanted to say is that over here we need to create a kind of a diversion, okay, because we don't want to do leg IK, we don't want to do food placement and all the other stuff. Okay, so from the default to the past, we don't want to do anything in if we are like laying down basically. Okay, so we're going to select them and move them down here. Okay, and this is basically, wait a minute, yeah, it's not going to happen like this, but it's going to happen like this. Blend Bible. Okay, so what is going to happen is with some kind of a boolean value, we will be able to change between this or some other pose. Okay, and the by the other pose I mean from the default we can drag. Let me just drag it from here. From the default we're going to drag and say cache, save cached pose, and this is going to be after default. Okay, and then we're going to get the after default over here, and this is the first way to do this. Now for the second way, which we're going to use, okay, and what we're going to do is create a state machine. Cannot we cannot do that. State machine. We won't. That's not a word, and it's not going to happen over here, right? And from here we're going to get add state, and we're going to add what we're going to add. Oh yeah, the ideal, and inside the ideal we're going to just use the from idle animation. Okay, so as you can see is laying down. We will fix the like the blend in between them. For now we just need to do this. So if it's true, it's going to get up. If it's false, we're going to lay down. Now, how we are going to change the active value? Well, it's pretty easy, by the way. Let's just go to event graph. We do need to create a event for this, but for now, if we press V, we will go with the branch, and is running. Basically, we can do one more thing. We can just not pull, and whatever it is, now it's just the opposite. Oh, yeah. That was kind of nice. Right, and after that, we have to go inside event graph. We have to create a sequence here. And from here, we need to get is promote to a variable. And by the way, this should be at true, and this should be at false. And the active value is going to be this. Okay, now let's see it in the act. Okay, it's working. So we are kind of doing it, but our camera is not really going to that place, and I also think that our capsule component is also not decreasing. And we can do that by going hidden in game and disclosing that. So as you can see, oh my god, he almost scares me. As you can see that the camera, maybe it's, yeah, maybe it is because of the camera, because yeah, maybe. All right, so what we want to do is what do we want to do? Let's make an object. Let's first fix the camera. So now we're going to use a branch, and we're going to know if we are proning, if we are laying down or if we are not, basically. And according to this, we're going to get our camera, not the camera, but the spring arm itself, and we're going to set relative location to be, let me just add a static mesh to the mesh, and let's attach it to the root. And now what we want to do is we want to check what's going to happen. Where do we exactly want our camera to be? And if we go with asset, this one, we can get the static mesh and move it directly to the face. steady mesh. Okay, and we can also like go like on camera location, because it doesn't really have a mesh. It's not going to render or put any kind of stress. And the new location can be get prone camera location, get relative location, and put that there. Now, how about the other one though? I just found another solution. We just have to select this depending on this. Okay, so if we are doing this, it's going to be that one, and if we are not doing this, then it's supposed to be this one. Why is this the location? All right then. Wait a minute, wait. So what are we going to do? We're just going to attach a static mesh to the spring arm. Okay, and what will it do? It will send it to the location that it is in comparison to everyone else. Then we're going to take it out and put it inside the mesh, and then we will set it to follow the route. Okay, and now this is prone camera, no, standing camera location. Okay, and yeah, now we can get this and put that there. So I get, oh my god, what? So if we now press V, oh, yeah, the capsule is not decreasing. We have to fix it because without it, we won't be able to go under anywhere. I mean, there is one way. We can make these hidden hideable objects to be a completely separate object that the capsule component doesn't collide with. Wait a minute, but then it will also like, oh my god. Let's first try to reduce the size of the capsule component. But there is just one little thing. The capsule component, when we decrease its size, let me show you. When we decrease its capsule half height, it decreases like this. Okay, and if you decrease it from here, it crushes the player as well. So I don't really know. So there is this value, right? I mean, when we do crouching and stuff, the capsule component does collapse on itself. No, not collapse, but shrinks down. Why cannot we do that with normal? So yeah, this crouch and uncrouch. Yeah, I want to open up C++. Um, I want to see what exactly happening inside the crouch. Okay. close everything else. And let's try to check it out. What? Do something. Alright guys, I don't think it's going to work that way. Maybe we will be able to search. Ouch. Da-da-da. No results. So it's not really a class in itself, it just exists, I guess. So how do we do this? Maybe we can set no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let me search. How to decrease capsule CIPCULE size in Unreal Engine. To decrease the capsule size in Unreal Engine for a character, use the set capsule size blueprint node or directly modify the half height or capsule radius property in detail panels. Temporaries such as crouching, permanent, actor scale. Yeah, that's what we need. Just because, oh man, you guys won't be able to hear because I have disabled the display audio. So we are basically decreasing the half height. Hmm. Um, okay, how much do we want it to be though? Right? Like if we go to a asset, how small? I mean, I guess this much. 30. Okay. We want it to be 30. So set capsule size. Set a pixel size. Half height 30. In radius 30. And I mean, they are also going to be selected. So if it's A, it's going to be, oh, if it's A, it's going to be 30, 30. If it's B, it's going to be 80, 30, right? 88. All right. Let's see if this works. No. If for some reason we are not able to go in and out of, what? How did that happen though? Um, Where are they? Okay, okay. Okay, now it's working. But as soon as I get the capsule component and set capsule size, or maybe set capsule height, if it's that, it's going to be 30, and if it's that, it's going to be 88. Okay, now that's another problem. um Give me a minute. I will be right back, by the way. Okay. Okay. Just be back with you guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Okay, solving the problem about the let me see. So we just somehow we need to get this half height done, and also uh, the mesh itself. Uh, how does it get decreased when we crouch? I mean, just tell me that. How is that happening? Well, for now, I will look into this half height stuff, and if it works, I will update you guys. But for now, I think it would be much better if we just enable and disable the collision of the actor. Okay, so we just need to simply go inside the project settings, get a object type, and we're going to need create a new object channel, which is prone under. Okay, and the default response is going to be blocked. Accept that, and then over here we're going to get it inside the collision. We're going to set to what? Oh yeah, the cube needs to be custom thrown under. And now what we want to do is, when we are doing this, we want to get the capsule component and set collision object type set collision response to a channel. Okay, and the channel we want is going to be the prone under, and this ignore is going to be select based on the boolean, and if we are proning, we want to ignore it, and if we are not, then we want to block it. Okay, and there is going to be one more thing we have to do this, which is going to be just before we change the settings, right? We're going to create oh my god, oh my god, create line trace, or maybe line trace by channel. Channel is going to be visibility, and what we're going to actually trace for actor to ignore, make array, and self. Don't want our self. Debug is going to be persistent for now. and the start is going to be get actor location, and we're just going to add about 200 into it, and not 200, probably, yeah, probably 100 into it, and that's the end. So now every single time we are trying to prone, we are basically doing a line trace to see if there is nothing above us, right? And if there is, then we don't want to do all of this. Okay, crunch, and if it's true, we don't want to do this, and only if it's false that we want to keep on going. All right, let's see if this works. So we, why? Okay. So I guess my V is not working sometimes. So as you can see, these are the line traces, okay? But they usually start at this point, okay? Which is, I think, all right. But if you were to be inside here, yeah, just opened up. So we need it to be negative 50, 50, not 500. So that's the start and end. Oh my god. I need another key. How about Q? Okay. So as you can see, this is a much better value. It doesn't it's not actually going to collide with the roof, I guess. And if we were to go down, then it won't let us get up, because we are colliding with something, and only when we can go out that we can get up. Nice. All right then, so that is done, and just to be sure, keep it bug free, I'm going to make it 50 as well. All right then. Now there is one more thing that we have to do. We need to check, will will the AI be able to see us if we are under this, um, basically if we are hiding, will be the player be able to see us? Okay, so let's move it somewhere over here, 90 degrees, scale it like so. And as you can see, the AI is looking at us. You can go over here. So the AI go to follow us. Go away. So once he comes back and go, that's when I will do it. Uh, are we still? Oh yeah, we are visible as you can. No, we are not. Oh my god. What? What? Nav mesh. What is this? Hmm? Tell me. What is this? If I just move it to something like that, it's just creating weird paths. How is that possible? And now it's like completely inside. Oh my god, no. 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 What is this? Build now mesh, now mesh. How is this happening? What have I done? I'm sorry. Uh, yeah. Whatever I did, it was. Oh. Okay, so we need to. Got it. What is this? Don't know. Don't care. Right. Shape. Let's go with the cone this time. Okay. Let's scale it. Scale it even more. And what I want to do is this cone needs to be and I don't think that the AI will come here unless I make him. Right. So as you can see, if we are under a bed, right, and the AI didn't see us the first time, I don't think that he will be able to see us if we're like hiding or something. And there's one more thing. What if the um, that is visible? I don't know. What is this? Okay, for now, we know that it is kind of working. Let me also decrease it, something like that. It did see us. Okay, so because the capsule component is peeking out is the reason why the AI saw us basically. So how we can stop him from not seeing us is if we would be able to make it into a dynamic object like world dynamic or something rather than we pawn at the event of proning. But if we do that, then the AI will never be able to see us because we are kind of like blending into the world, literally. Okay, I will fix this later. For now, we have to work on the idle, like we have the idle animation, but we don't have the uh, crawling animation. Okay, so let's do that. Character, you've mannequin animations, prone, duplicate this, and this is going to be for word and bake to Greeks, bake to config. Okay, and what we're going to do basically is firstly delete all of these. So make sure that you don't delete the first one, only delete the second from the second. Okay, first one is still our idle pose. Give me a minute again. Be right back. All right, so what do we really need at this point is where did it go? Okay, so what do we need at this point is to create the main key animations. Okay, and these are frames, right? These are basic frames. So if we increase the frames, like if we take 60 frames to move one hand forward, it's basically 1 second kind of. Okay, so what we're going to do is make a complete circle in 60 seconds. Okay, so let's do that. So at 30, we want this hand to move from here to here, rotate like that. Okay, okay, so now as we can see, it will try to reach that position, right? And now at 60, we want also at 30, we want this guy to move back. So it's like that. Now at 60, we want this guy to go back and this guy to come ahead. All right, so right now it's just jiggling between these positions because they are completely plain. And now what we want to do is set like something like over here on 15, that we want one of them to go up. Wait a minute. This one is coming back, right? So we want the blue one to go up. Yeah. So how it will look like is what? That's weird. Um, but oh yeah, I ran backward. My God. So this is going to go over there. And this is how it will look like. Pshum, pshum. So at 45, we're going to make this go up and keel rig, and this is how it plays. Okay. But that's the thing. I actually want this to come back to this, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to copy all of these, all of the last one. Okay. We're going to copy that, copy that, and we're going to delete this. So basically it will become a normal looking animation, and paste those. Okay, so wait a minute. Let me move this one to 60. Now let's play it. So this is our really basic animation for moving while laying down, basically. Okay, let's see how it looks like from. I mean, it's not bad. Looks nice. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one. This is forward. Save it. Yeah. Now we don't want to save the next one because we want to combine it. And maybe let's just do it like the other way. We'll run it the opposite way, basically. So this is moving forward, and we're going to duplicate this and make it backward. And the only thing is that the rate scale is -1. All right, and now let's go over to the animation state machine and state moving, and in moving we're going to have forward and backward depending on the direction. Do we have the direction? movement direction, last frame. Which one is it? E movement direction, right? Blend poses E movement direction. Okay. What do you mean? Um, let's just do it the old way. We're going to get the character movement. And we're going to get input the direction like that. Get movement direction. Velocity. And get unit direction vector from get direction between sockets, get movement direction thresholds, I completely forgot how let me just see how we actually get the direction. Content, third person blueprint, and open this up. And over here we have ground speed, and where's the direction? How do you know which way we are moving? So in this one we don't really even have direction, we just have speed. All right. I mean, I guess for now we can just leave it, but I don't really want to. Yeah, for now let's just leave it. So instead of that, we're just going to plug in the forward, and we're going to move between them, moving and idle, by getting the character movement, get velocity, and we're going to check if this is equal to 0. If we are not boolean. If we are not equal to 0, then we can transition. But if we are, okay, let's do this. So we go down, and when we are moving, oh yeah, it's not a loop. Yeah, play rate should be around 2, and play rate should be around 1.5, and it's going to be loop animation. Compile, save, and we're going to set the walk speed. Go over here in the movements, we have the walk speeds, okay, and we're going to set them as well. So we can select them as the, so if it's true, okay, then it's A, okay, but if it's false, then 200, 180, 150, 200, 180, 150. If it's false, then 100, 80, and 50. All right, compile, give. And now that is done, we also need to disable sprinting. Okay, so Q, we go down. That's pretty good, I guess. But the hands are actually like coming into camera, which is kind of annoying, by the way. But moreover, wait a minute, what? I didn't know I set them this up. Wow. Even if we go back, it does that. Even if we move left or right, it still does that. We can upgrade it as much as we want in the next prototypes, but it's pretty nice. So moreover, I don't think the the whiteboard is still going to open up, but moreover, we got a cabinet done, we got phoning done, and we got some animations done. So I think today's live would probably be the best, like most productive live ever. So I'm gonna take my leave now, and probably after a break I will start working on the AI, because only 2 days left. Three if you take in the third. Well, now I will be taking my leave and meet you guys tomorrow on the next live, where we will probably do some environmental designing, because I think this much of the cell is good. Also, we do actually have to fix the, like, the, oh my god, what? Yeah, the capsule component popping out. I will somehow, not somehow, I will research about it and try to fix it. Till then, see you, and have a nice day. And if you have again any questions, you can ask them in the comments. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye. Do you actually have to cut it out?